What impressions are you getting?
Sunlight.
A light. What color is this light?
Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Mhm.
Very good. What else do you feel around you?
It's morning or it's sunset.
Mm. So it's sunrise or sunset?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. How does it feel there looking at the sunrise or sunset?
It's peaceful.
Beautiful. Hmm. I want you to feel the rays of the sunlight on your face and soak in that peaceful energy. What does the sunset or sunrise look like? Are there other colors too?
Uh, like there's rocks and rock mountains
Mm-hmm.
and sand, kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and a little bit of wind.
Beautiful.
Mostly just calm.
Mm-hmm. Are you alone or do you feel others around you?
No, it's just me.
Mm-hmm. And what color are the mountains? Are they
Brown.
green, brown mountains? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Are you on the mountain or you see them in the distance?
They're in distance.
Very good. And where are you standing when you look down?
Mm. Just in the middle of sand.
Sand. Are you on a beach?
No, like a desert.
Desert. Very good. And what do you feel like you're doing out here in the desert watching the sunrise?
Mm. I don't think I'm doing anything, just watching.
Just watching.
There's a hawk.
Mm-hmm. What is
He's
the
just,
hawk?
he's just flying.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And tell me what you see when you look down at your feet.
Bare feet.
Bare feet. Okay. Do you feel male or female?
Yeah.
Female. And as you move up your legs, are you wearing clothes?
Like a, um, like leather.
Leather?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What color leather is this?
It's brown.
Brown. Mm-hmm. What color hair do you have?
Dark brown.
Dark brown. Very good. And you can pull out your magic mirror and take a look at your face. Tell me what your face looks like in this mirror.
Brown eyes
Mm-hmm.
and the necklace.
Tell me about your necklace.
It's just white.
White. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a stone or what is it made from?
Might be stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's close to my neck.
Mm-hmm. Is it like maybe made from shells?
Looks like maybe white rocks, maybe polished white
Mm.
rocks.
Polished white rocks. Very good. Are you wearing any other jewelry?
Some on my arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bracelets? Are they the same as the necklace or are they different?
They look the same.
Mm-hmm. Are you wearing many or a few?
They're kind of tied together and they go up to my elbow.
Mm. Very good. And what do they call you here in this place? You will see or know.
I'm not sure.
Okay. And what do you do next out here in the desert?
Mm, It's a fire.
There's a fire. Mm-hmm. Tell me more about the fire.
Mm, I think it's just for keeping warm.
Mm. Okay. Do you have shelter here where you're staying? Do you stay in this place or are you just visiting?
I think it's just looking out.
Like you just came here to look at the sunset?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Is this a special place for you?
I like it there.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So we're going to close out this scene and we're going to drift and float. We're going to go see where you live, this place, drifting and floating through time and space, going to where you live, drifting and floating. 3, 2, and 1. Be there now. And tell me what you see.
It's a village.
A village. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the village.
Um, Place where people do business.
Where people do business. Mm-hmm. What kind of business do they do here?
It's just like foods and just little things. So it's older,
Like shops?
but old and out in the open.
Mm-hmm. So it's a place where people gather to exchange goods.
Yeah, I think people live out around it, but there's a main area where they do that.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Tell me what the buildings look like there.
Mm, they're rounded rocks.
Mm, okay. And what does your house look like?
So has a rug and a fire
Mm-hmm.
and a chair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to sleep though.
Hmm. Describe the inside of your house for me. Is there an inside or is this outside?
This is inside.
Okay.
A small rock,
Inside a small rock?
right?
Oh, okay.
It's like carved, or maybe an open part of a rock.
So like
That's what,
a cave?
yeah, that's what everybody has.
Mm, very good. Hmm. Do you live here alone or with
I think
others?
so. I think
No.
so.
Alone? Mhm.
Hmm.
And what is your role here in the village? What do you do during the day to keep busy?
I think maybe I get water.
Hmm. Very good. Where do you go to get the water? Let's go there now.
It's just a stream.
Hmm. Do you get this water for yourself or for others too?
I think it's for just a few people.
Hmm. Okay, very good. Do you have friends that live around you?
I don't feel like I'm close to anybody.
Hmm. So you feel very alone and isolated?
Just on my own,
On your own, independent.
right?
Hmm. Do you enjoy this life?
Mm. Feels like maybe there should be more.
There should be more. Hmm. Okay. What do you mean by that?
This doesn't feel very full.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems very primitive.
It's peaceful
Hmm.
and there are people around, but I'm not close to anyone.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we're going to close out this scene if we've seen everything important. Is there anything else important from this scene?
Mm. I don't think so.
Okay, very good. You're doing great. So we're going to close out this scene. We're going to drift and float to the next most important day in the life of this woman, drifting and floating through time and space to an important day in the life of this woman. 3, 2, and 1. Be there now and tell me what you see.
Looks like the side of a mountain.
Side of a mountain.
It's high up.
Mm-hmm.
She's sad.
She's sad. Mm-hmm. Why is she sad? What happened?
I just don't think she's happy.
Hmm. Okay. What else is she feeling?
Mm, just lonely.
Lonely. Mm-hmm. Very good. So what happens next? What does she do next?
I feel like she wants to jump.
Hmm. Okay. Does she?
Yeah.
She does. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Does she die upon the fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me what happens as her spirit leaves her body. What happens next?
She feels more free.
Mm-hmm.
She can float out.
Can you say that again?
She can float up.
She can float up. Very good. And what happens next?
She can see everything below.
Mm-hmm. And with this
And she,
higher, go ahead.
she just floats up and it almost becomes part of the sun.
Mm. Tell me about that.
It's just very warm and very yellow
Mm-hmm.
and calm and peaceful. She's just at peace completely.
Mm-hmm. I bet that feels good.
Hmm.
And from this higher perspective, what does she think was the purpose of this life?
To be okay.
To be okay. Mm-hmm. Can you explain more?
Mm. To know when it was time to leave.
Mm. Okay.
On her terms.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So what happens as she floats up higher and higher? Where does she go next? Is there anyone waiting there for her? Does she meet anyone? What happens?
Mm. She just kind of wants to stay in the sun.
Hmm. Is this a healing place for her?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So does she stay there for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. And she can release all of the sadness and loneliness from that life now that she's free, right?
Mm.
Yeah. She doesn't need to carry that anymore. Mm-hmm. Very good. So while she's hanging out there in the sun, I'm going to check in with Karen, see how she's doing.
Yeah, sitting at the edge of like a propeller airplane, it felt like. It's loud. Same scene as the opening scene that Carrie saw.
Mm-hmm.
It was a sunset.
Mm.
I was right in the eye of the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting on the edge of the plane because it was like gonna jump out.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like apprehensive to do so. Taking that leap of just go in. And I feel like the thoughts are just going on my minute. Like, do I want to go? This is stupid. What am I doing here? And kind of just like oh, screw this, and kind of jumped. And yeah, so I'm jumping out of the plane and I'm free falling and I'm trying to press the button to deploy the parachute, but it's not working. So I'm free falling like really fast. And I'm panicking. I feel it like my whole body is just kind of seizing, like the muscles are seizing kind of thing. And so everything around has paused except for me and the being. And I just like had to squint for a second because we're in the middle, like we're in the middle of the sky. So it's just, we haven't moved, we're not moving. So I'm able to collect myself in this free fall, this paused free fall. And I was like squinting at the person. I was like, who are you? And it's Jesus. And I was like, how did you do that? He's like, well, I'm Jesus. So it's like, okay. And I go, and what do I do? Like I go and my parachute's not working. And he was saying that there's so much stuff in the way for why things are not working out for you. And you have to move those out of the way for it to work. And so it's like as if he brought me into like a mode of me having to reflect on what was in the way. And I was feeling like a lot of things all at the same time. Because he could technically press play and I would have to just kind of fall to my death. That's what it felt like. And he was just saying, you have to surrender, you have to trust, you have to be, you have to just allow, not resist. You don't need a plan. When you're in this like state of emergency or you have no time to make a plan, you just have to be. You don't have to be too lost into your thoughts. You can just pause a second and just look at that sunset. And you don't have to know anything more than that. And you can let go of your fear because it's out of your hands. There's no control. And I felt myself able to breathe for a second and have all the clarity come into my body while I release that kind of the panic that was taking over, because the panic was what was clouding me. And I just stood there in the standstill, like falling from the sky, still paused, able to just look around at the scenery and how beautiful it was, and how I wasn't able to breathe it all in because of the things that were going through my mind that were completely irrelevant and didn't matter. And I felt my body surrender, like a deep exhale. And I could feel the emotions within me just like break free. Everything that I held so tightly onto just break, collapsing from inside. And that moment of like freedom. And I gave him the nod and he pressed play and I kept free falling again. And I just closed my eyes and felt the wind on my face. I could feel the tears leaving my eyes and blowing so hard on my face, like off the sides of my face. Without fear, it was just freedom. And it didn't matter what was happening. And I tried again and I pressed the button and my parachute deployed. And I landed.
Wow. How does it feel to land?
It didn't matter. I feel like from the beginning of the fall to coming into that clarity of what was really a point of life and death, and coming to peace with the outcome, that it didn't matter what the outcome was. It was the surrender, and landing from that point of acceptance to my landing was all the same.
Beautiful. So, what happens next? Does Jesus have anything else to share with us?
And saying you have the power to free the Sacred Heart, to allow the truth of who you are out, and allow that to shine through. That will liberate you.
So, how does Carrie release that fear of being her true self?
To know that she is loved for exactly who that is. Everyone's judgment outside of her is irrelevant and has no power over her unless she allows them to have power over her. It is about permission. She can free herself and make a choice right in that instant.
Very good. So, I want to ask if Jesus can help us do a body scan for Carrie.
Yes.
Okay. She has a lot of pain in her body. What is the root cause of that pain?
What I'm seeing is kind of like getting caught up in barbed wire. Like there's a lot of that inside of the body, stuck to like a trauma or an experience or a specific person who has either hurt her or traumatized her, whatever the case is. And it's like a memory, and it's wrapped up in barbed wire altogether.
Hmm. Is this in a specific place in her body?
I'm seeing it just a little bit everywhere, like it's a general place. Nowhere specific, but it just weighs her down. Feels very tired and kind of beaten down.
Mm-hmm.
But he's removing like the barbed wire.
Very good. How is he doing that?
He's doing it very delicately with his own hands.
Beautiful. Do you have any sensations in your body, Carrie?
Or chest.
Mm.
That's where he's at. He's kind of unwrapping it around the heart, off of the heart,
Mm.
and around the perimeter. The heart is very delicate, broken. There's a lot of feelings of uneasiness, some guilt, unsure, a lot of kind of, back and forth contemplation of decision makings and did I make the right choice? Is this the right way? Am I crazy? Am I enough? Will this work?
Mm-hmm. Does that resonate with you, Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to release these today. Jesus is assisting you in releasing. So allowing those emotions that are stored deep down there to come up, up, up to the surface and release. Take it,
Suggesting tapping, sorry.
tapping.
Yes.
Okay. So Carrie, if you could just cross your arms. Karen, you can assist us too. And just tap on your arms to help with the release. How is that feeling, Carrie? Is that better? Very good. What would you like to replace these emotions with?
Me?
Yes.
I would say calm and just peace.
Yes. Very good. What color would calm and peace be for you?
Calm and peace would be light blue, and peace would be an orange pink.
Beautiful. So imagining those colors and light replacing those emotions, taking the space where they used to be held, infusing into your chest and body. How does that feel? Good. Can Jesus assist us in moving the rest of this trauma out of Carrie's body?
Yes.
Very good. And how is he going to do that?
I was seeing he's kind of like throwing he has like a ball of light in his palm that he's just putting it inside the body to send like compassion to all her pain and everything she's ever suffered from,
Mm.
so that it gets like engulfed in this light. There's a lot of dark spots inside that haven't seen light in a long time.
What are those dark spots? What's being held there?
It's just suppression, unspoken words, that she's really feeling that she hasn't been able to express. Words of others that had said like not nice things to her that she just took and stored in the body.
Mm-hmm.
Stagnant energy.
Yeah. Just be in a state of receiving that energy, Carrie. Allow Jesus to do the work. Let me know if you feel anything in your body. Does he have any advice for how not to store things in the body?
To be honest about her feelings, to not always have to have like a state of acceptance, especially when it's not kind, to like to have good boundaries with people, even if it means energetic boundaries too. Seem like to really stand in her true and authentic self, to be confident and proud of who she is and what she's been through and how much she survived. When she can come into that full self acceptance, it won't matter what others say. It won't matter what others, quote unquote, know about her, and maybe some mistakes that she's ever made. They're irrelevant. They're past. They're not definition of who she is. They're just kind of like the stepping stones to bring her to where she is right now.
Yeah.
They're just details that are not the definition of who she is. To not attach too much to these details. To veer away from the idea of perfection. There's no such thing. To love the imperfection.
Mm.
To accept the story for what it is right now. And that she can change her story at any time. To forgive herself. To allow herself to feel. To recognize the human parts that we do not fully embrace at times. That it's okay to feel the hard things. That you're allowed. You're valid.
Mm-hmm.
That you're
Yeah.
worthy.
You don't have to be so strong all the time.
No. To balance. Strength is in feeling the hard things without having to change it. It's presence in those very hard times. Allowing yourself to be. Giving yourself full permission just to be.
Thank you, Jesus. I appreciate you assisting us today. Hmm. How is her body looking?
It's looking bright. Just going
Right?
to ask for more assistance and time. Getting used to the energies that will be able to flow within the body. Still breaking away through old things, but it's still a very good improvement.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Like she may experience pain, but to know that it's passing, it's breaking away, and it just needs to pass through.
Mm-hmm.
And to ask for assistance, she has the power to ask, and a good team behind her who loves her and supports her and are always willing to help in this assistance.
Very good. Ooh. Is there any foods or plant medicines that would help assist her with healing the body?
I'm seeing a lot of bright foods,
Bright.
like they're showing me a lot of apples, but they're showing like fruits and vegetables. And I'm seeing like, like the things that are in the ground, like the beets and
Roots, root vegetables.
yes, like that.
Mm. Very good. Anything else?
Mm. Yeah, they're saying a lot of like juicing. They're showing me carrots. And it's a very beautiful drink, very colorful. And I could see it like as she's drinking it, how it's just nourishing her cells.
Mm. Okay.
The parts of her that feel dense or dead will be revived by the things that she nourishes. She nourishes her body that are alive.
So like alive and living through.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Asking Jesus if there's any further healing that she needs today.
He's just kind of standing in front of her, has his hands on her, like facing her, has his hands on her shoulders, and he's really just like giving her like a kiss like on the third eye. There's just so much love.
Can you feel that love, Carrie?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So we'll leave this scene, closing out this scene. And we're going to go deeper, deeper down, relaxing the body, feeling so relaxed, so relaxed, even twice as relaxed as before. Going down, 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 drifting down, floating down, floating to the next most relevant time and place that we need to know for Carrie's healing. Drifting and floating, drifting and floating. 3, 2, and 1. Be there now. What impressions do you get, Carrie?
It's just completely dark.
Okay. Is there any feeling that comes with that darkness?
I think it's just a place of peace.
Mm-hmm.
There's stars.
Mm. Beautiful. I want you to bring all that peace with you. Allow it to infuse into your body, absorbing all of that peaceful energy. How does it feel to be out here in space?
It feels good.
Good. Does it feel free?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Are you drawn anywhere out there?
No, I don't think I have a body.
Mm.
I think I'm just part of it all.
Just part of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Just energy.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So you can go anywhere you want.
Right.
Where would you go if you could go anywhere you want?
Hmm.
What's the first thing that comes to mind?
A small house.
A small house. Very good. What does this house look like?
It has, I think it's kind of like a mud roof that sticks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's chickens outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I think some pigs and cow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a girl with blonde hair, but she has a red apron.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Tell me more.
She's, I think she's making bread.
Mm. Nice.
It's a summer,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cool inside. The floor is dirt, but it's packed down,
Mm-hmm.
and there are rugs. They're kind of more like from a bush, like long, like a woven kind of a rug out of bushes or something. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And a bed.
Good. Very good.
And, there's an upper part of it, like a loft kind of a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and feels like three people live there.
Very good.
Mm.
Who are these people?
I think one is the husband and one is a little boy.
Mm. So there's a woman, a husband, and a little boy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And which one is you?
I think I'm the girl.
You're the girl. Yeah. Well, the eyes are the window to the soul. So I want you to look into the eyes of that husband and tell me if you recognize him from this life.
He wasn't home.
Oh, okay. Is the little boy there?
He's outside.
Okay. Can you go find him and take a look at him?
Yeah.
Very good. So just fast forwarding in time to when your little boy's in front of you.
Is it possible that it would be a dog?
Yeah, anything's possible.
That's what I feel.
Yeah.
My dog now.
Mm. Very good. What's your dog's name?
Emma.
Emma. Very nice. So, fast forwarding in time to when you meet up with your husband. 3, 2, and 1. He's there now. Take a look at his eyes.
I feel like he's two people.
Okay. What do you feel?
My current boyfriend
Hmm.
and one of my best friends.
Hmm. Interesting. Very nice.
Both are men.
Okay. Okay. So you live on this little farm here with your husband and little boy.
Mhm.
Are there other houses around, or is this kind of by itself, this place?
Seems by itself.
Yeah. What time period does it feel like?
I'm gonna say like 1800s. The
Mm-hmm.
clothes, the clothes look like that.
Mm-hmm. And you said you're blonde.
Mm-hmm.
What color are your eyes?
They're green.
Green.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And what are you wearing?
So it's like a light blue dress with a white apron, but the bottom apron is red.
Mm.
Like it's an over apron or something.
Right. Okay. And tell me what your husband looks like.
He has, it looks like uh, a brown shirt, but he doesn't have any buttons. It's like just over his head. And the pants are brown. He has rough looking boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looks like
Okay.
he has a belt, though.
Mm-hmm. What color is his hair?
It's a sandy blonde.
Sandy blonde. And his
Mhm.
eyes?
They're blue.
Very good. Okay. And how about your little boy? What does he look like?
He's just blonde and he's he's little. He looks like he's maybe he's not talking yet.
Mm.
So maybe one, maybe a little under one.
Oh, very nice.
He's he's just kind of in like looks like sleep clothes almost, like a sleep dress or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm.
Is there anything important happening on this day?
Mm. I feel like a decision. Like it's a decision day.
Decision day. Mm.
Mm.
Tell me more.
Um, maybe to move or something.
Okay. Very good. And do you make that decision?
They're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks like It looks like a large decision.
I want you to integrate into the body of that woman. Allow yourself to integrate into her body so you can see through her eyes. She is you.
She's worried about, she just looks around the house. She just keeps looking around at what they have.
She's worried.
Mm-hmm.
What is she worried about?
Not having a home, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think he wants to move them somewhere he feels will be better.
Mm-hmm.
I can only look at his face. It's not sad, or it's not like he feels bad. It's more that he wants to convince her.
Mm. Is this a good convincing, or is he um, like conniving?
He's hopeful.
Oh, he's hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's hopeful he can move them to a better place, but she's worried.
Right, I think she wants to stay where she is.
Okay. And so fast forwarding in time to
Mm-hmm.
when they make their decision, what do they decide to do?
I get stuck. I can't see anything else.
Okay. And closing out that scene and drifting down deeper, drifting down deeper, feeling so relaxed, so relaxed now, drifting down and down and down, allowing the information to come to you. It comes easily as you drift down to the next most important day and time. Next most important day and time comes to you in 3, 2, and 1. Tell me what you see.
He's in a sawmill,
Mm-hmm.
and looks like it's in a part of town. So it looks like they're a little older,
Mm-hmm.
but now they're in town.
Very good.
And there is another child now. It's a girl, just a baby. They live, feels like maybe upstairs in a place not far from where he works. But I think they have more money now. Their clothes are nicer.
Very good. So what happens next?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to look into the eyes of this child, the new child, and tell me if you recognize this soul from Carrie's life.
Maybe his daughter, my boyfriend's daughter.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Do you feel anything important happening on this day?
I think they're just good. I think they're okay.
Yeah. So they did make the decision to move, and
Mm-hmm.
it turned out okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. I'm gonna close out this scene. We're gonna drift and flow, going down deeper, drifting down deeper, feeling so relaxed, drifting down and down to the next most important day and time in the life of this couple, drifting down and allowing it to come to you easily. 3, 2, and 1. It's here now. Tell me what you see.
Looks like Christmas
Okay.
or a celebration of some kind.
Celebration. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of celebration?
Mm, it's cold outside, but I'm not sure. There's candles and seems to be laughter and maybe more food around than normal.
Mm, very nice. So is this just immediate family celebration, or are there others involved too?
Looks like maybe some friends.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Does this couple feel older now?
A little bit, maybe 40s.
Mm-hmm.
The children are the children are much older.
Mm-hmm.
They're adults,
Children are adults now. Okay.
right? I don't think the girl is not there.
Mm.
She's not far away, but she's not at that celebration.
Is there a reason why?
I think she's married. I think she has her own own family. The boy is, I think he works with the dad, and he has a family, but I think his wife is there.
Mm-hmm. Does he have children too?
I think two boys. They're like 7 and
Mm.
like 9.
I want
They're
you to
older.
look into the eyes of these boys and tell me if you recognize either of them from Carrie's life now.
One is my son, my oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
The other is, I don't know.
Okay. They don't have to. That's fine. Okay. So it seems like everyone is doing well.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Is there anything else important that happens on this day?
I think so. It just feels like it's about family, friends.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And how are you feeling on this day?
I think good.
Are you
Happy.
happy? Very good.
Mhm.
Very good. Okay. We're going to close out this scene now and drifting down to the next most important day and time in the life of this couple. Drifting down, feeling so relaxed. 3, 2, and 1. Be there now.
And she has died.
The wife has died?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did she die?
I think just of natural causes. Wasn't bad.
Okay.
I think she was, maybe she was coughing. It might have been a pneumonia.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is her family there with her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Her husband's very sad.
Hmm. Yes. And so, what happens after she leaves the body? What happens to you next?
I don't know. I feel like she wants to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
She feels sad.
She feels sad. Mm-hmm. So, what does she do?
I think she just watches.
Mm-hmm. She stays there and watches.
Yeah, but she feels really sad.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to feel sad. What is the sadness?
That she left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How long does she stay there with them?
I think a long time.
Mm.
She doesn't want to leave them.
Can they feel her around?
It doesn't seem like it.
So she stays around and watches. What happens to the husband?
He just seems to be more and more sad.
Mm-hmm.
I think she stays until he dies.
Mm. And then what happens?
I feel like then they're kind of free together to go.
Okay. Where do they go when they leave?
Looks like they go to just that kind of place of peace.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Does anyone greet them there?
No, it's
No.
just them.
And from the higher perspective that you have now,
Mhm.
what was the purpose of that life?
I think it was to trust him, and I think by learning to trust him, then she became more connected
Mm.
to where she wasn't then able to leave him,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to leaving their house. It was more about him than it was the material things.
Okay. So she became more connected to him instead of the material things that they had.
I think she was more worried about her safety at first, and then it became an actual connection to him.
Mm. Very good. So she learned that lesson
I think so,
to trust. Very good. Okay, great. So I want you to hang out there in the peaceful place. And I'm going to check in with Karen.
yeah. Again, felt like same type opening scene because it's nighttime, so I couldn't really see very much, but I saw the stars, but I'm not there, and I'm on the ground somewhere. It's dark, and I'm alone. I don't feel like there was anyone around me. I live in also it feels like a little house, tiny house, and I'm Yeah, I was looking at my skin, and it's like grayish. I have big feet with like long toenails. I look like what I thought was like troll, male troll. And I'm, yeah, isolated. I feel like I'm, like, yeah, isolation.
Hmm. So you live
Mm.
in that tiny house by yourself.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd sit outside for a bit and kind of like stargaze. I feel like there's a sadness inside my heart. Um, I know I had a family before,
Mm-hmm.
2 kids, with a wife, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like they're there anymore. They're not, because when I go to bed, I have under my pillow, I have like a little blue T-shirt and a little pink T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like are my kids, and I fold them up nicely with my I have really big hands. I fold them up nicely, and I'm smelling. I could smell like the scent of the clothes. I try to preserve it, and I put it under my pillow, and I hold on to the clothes when I go to bed, and I just feel so sad. Like it's like a really deep ball,
Oh, I'm feeling it now.
and I'm just so sad because I miss them so much.
Mm-hmm. What happened to them?
It's a little vague on the details. I can't really see that, but from what I understand, it's they're gone. I don't know if that means like dead gone or
Left?
left.
Okay. And what happens to you? Mm-hmm.
I just live a very basic life,
Mm-hmm.
very alone. I don't feel like I can let myself get close to people or whatever other trolls or whoever's there. I kind of just do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've, yeah, just isolated myself away, kind of like scared to get back out there to connect or whatever it is. There's just a block there, like a doesn't. I don't feel like there's a purpose to it.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's the purpose if you're just going to lose them?
Yeah, it's already like that loss that's holding me back, and it's just weighing me down. But it's normal, and I'm okay with it. Like it's part of my what feels like guilt or something. I'm just let it eat me alive.
Mhm. So it sounds like there's a deep sense of abandonment.
Yeah, it's like it is a choice that I've isolated myself in, kind of like in a self punishment or something. It feels. Now I just go on with my day. Like this feels like it's just been going on, and that's how it goes till the end of my life.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no. It's day in and day out, same routine, same thing, all the way up until the end, where I take the clothes from under my pillow and look at them, pull them back, and hold them.
And so going to the last day of this soul's life, and taking the last breath. And what happens to the soul after leaving the body?
It too feels like there's a resistance and letting go. Feels like it's again, like as if earthbound will not release it. It's like the consciousness is choosing not to release.
So how long does he stay here on Earth?
I don't feel like it's ever crossed over.
Oh man. Okay. What needs to happen for him to be able to cross over?
See, it's like he needs to forgive himself. It's like he's continued like the exile. He really needs to forgive himself.
Carrie, is this soul ready to forgive himself?
I think so.
Very good. So we're going to release all of that sadness, that feeling of abandonment, the feeling of not being able to get close to other people, the guilt, the block in connection, the self-punishment. Forgiving the self and releasing all of those emotions from that life, letting them rise up, up, up to the surface for release. And they are gone now. Forgiving the self. What would you like to take the place of those emotions from that life?
Just love.
Love. Very good. Where would you like to put that love?
In the heart and in the back and in the legs.
In the heart, in the back, and the legs. What color is love?
It's pink and silver,
Beautiful.
sparkly.
Beautiful. So infusing the body with that light. Okay. Are you still connected with that soul, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's feeling lighter.
Very good. Let me know when he's ready to cross over. And feel the freedom of being on the other side and the peace and the love. Archangel Michael can come down to assist you.
Yeah, he's ready to walk. Yeah, before he crosses over, Archangel Michael's like giving him the 2 shirts
Mm.
to take with him.
Very good. Is he feeling better now?
He feels more peace. I think he's accepted.
Yeah. Very good. Let me know when he gets back to source.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Mm.
But she's been through other sadness.
I'm sorry, say that again.
That she's been through other sadness.
Mm-hmm. Is she carrying this other sadness with her in this life?
That's possible.
Mm-hmm. And now that we've examined that life and released that, she will no longer carry this. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Does she forgive herself for ending that life?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. And then we also saw, almost in contrast to that life, that she lived as a woman in the 1800s with a family and lived a very seemingly happy life with friends and family and celebrations. But she died of pneumonia and then felt too sad to leave. What was the purpose of showing us that life?
That she knows and has felt very, very deep love.
Mm. Beautiful. So she has had lives that were isolating, but she's also known and felt that very deep love. And why was that important for her to know?
That she can just let go and just live and love.
Mm.
But it's okay. She doesn't have to worry.
But they'll always find each other.
They'll always find each other.
Mm-hmm. And if she has to leave too soon, she can stay until she's ready to go.
So this man that she was married to in that life, is that who you speak of when you say they'll always find each other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has she found him yet in Carrie's life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does she know who that is?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So then we also saw, in contrast to that life, the life that Karen saw, um, of the troll who lost his family and was scared to ever connect again. He couldn't get close to anyone. So he isolated himself and punished himself, um, because he felt this deep sense of abandonment and felt like, what's the purpose of connecting when they're just going to leave? He also had a sense of guilt about all of it. What was the purpose of us seeing that life?
I think it was more just about sometimes things happen and it's not always going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that sometimes in loss there is love too.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So was Carrie also carrying that sense of abandonment and that, um, self-punishment from that troll's life into this one as well? Is that why you showed us that? And that feeling of not finding her tribe?
Let's say so.
Yeah. So now that we've seen that life, she can release all of that lifetime, and doesn't need to carry that anymore. So that will free her up to be able to connect more deeply with people. Is that true? Yeah. Very good. Karen, do you have anything to add about those lives from the higher self?
Yeah, it's a lot of really coming into full acceptance and learning how to let go without having to hold on to. Yeah, it's like a balance between accepting and letting go.
Mm-hmm. So knowing when to accept and when to let go.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And we also saw that scene where you were falling out of the plane. What was the purpose of us seeing that?
The same theme. Surrender to the things we do not have control over.
Mm-hmm.
And just allowing the flow of life to be.
And trusting
Yes.
that you're always loved and supported.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So um, what is Carrie's purpose in this life? Asking Carrie now.
I think it's just to love,
Mm-hmm.
just to give love.
Yeah. What was the purpose of her going through all of those painful experiences growing up and into her adult life?
Survival, to get strength, resilience, empathy, understanding.
Very good. So she could learn to heal from it and then help others heal as well.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add, Karen?
I'm just seeing like creation, creating everything from scratch. She has the power to do that, to keep recreating her reality as she wants.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She was also wondering about a car accident that, well, she actually didn't have the accident, but missed it, um, and felt like that was a divine intervention. Is there anything that comes forward on that? Do you feel, Carrie?
Not sure.
Okay.
I'm feeling the energy of that is kind of like parallel to the free fall of the plane.
How so?
Like as if it was just divinely orchestrated, giving it the capability to come into like perspective, a different perspective.
Yeah, I know she says that was like a kind of an awakening, like a almost like my own near-death experience and what happened after it. Um, opened up a new world pretty much, like a new perspective.
Right.
Almost like it was a convergence of timelines. And
Yes.
in one timeline she could have died, and in the other she made it through, and like almost on the other side of that crash as she went through it, entered into a new reality.
Yes.
And that helped to shift her life. Hmm.
Yes. It's giving her a new opportunity to take advantage of the life that she has now, where she can release herself from all the old.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like the old is what's holding her back, not allowing her to live to her maximum capacity.
Almost like the self-punishment from the troll.
Yes, there's a lot of old stuff that's stuck in there that she still has to work with to release, to understand
Mm-hmm.
that emotions are stored, stories are stored inside. There's a lot of forgiveness that needs to be done inside within her. She's the
Yeah.
only one who's able to free herself from this. That density, the the pain, the
Mm-hmm.
pain body.
Well, we did a lot of that work today, releasing and forgiving. So that should be a
Hmm.
good jump start for sure. And Jesus healed her,
Hmm.
took off the barbed wire, and
Yes,
infused all of those dark areas with light. So that should give her a good start to
yeah.
releasing. Yes.
And to
Okay.
just hold that, even though she knows it in her mind that everything is okay. It's being very, very patient with the body, that it too
Yes.
has its own process in releasing the trauma. It's not always at par. It's not always going to be at par. The body has time. It takes time because it's also very dense. That's what's here in the 3D reality. It's the body.
Yeah. You never know. Could wake up tomorrow and not have any more pain. Miracles happen. Um, but for most people with chronic pain, it does take that time because for a number of different reasons, but mostly because we won't even believe it. We won't believe it. And so our lack of belief in it will bring it back. So it usually will leave gradually. But you still need that to hold that belief that it is happening. It's always happening. And you can ask all the time, for your guides to assist you. Just ask them, move the trauma out of my body, please. They can't assist us unless we ask. But, once we start asking them and making it a regular thing, a routine every day, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, just lie still and ask them to work on you. And they will. And you'll start to feel it. You'll feel the energy around you. You'll feel them working on your body and helping you to release that trauma from your body and that pain from your body. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is a gradual process. Just because she's very highly sensitive, you can't. It's too much. So it's going to be, like you said, to ask and to work through it and to just come into that awareness of what that feels like for the energy passing through.
Yeah.
And knowing that's what it is. It's passing through, it's releasing. And to do the tapping
Mm-hmm.
if she feels stuck.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Okay. Um, so, Carrie, do you have any more questions you want to ask?
I feel really good.
You're good?
Yeah, I feel really good.
Okay, good. That's great. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap up. I'll bring you guys out.